What's up, dudes and dudettes of the internet? My name's Scythe, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Dracolyte in Trove. How y'all doing? Hope you're doing great, and I would very much appreciate it before we get started if you would hit that like button. Now, without further ado, the Draco is going to end up falling into DPS, or damage per second character. So you're going to want to focus on, because you're using a staff, even though technically you're not really a ranged character, but you're a magic character, so you're going to want to focus on magic damage, critical hit, and critical damage, and that's going to be the ideal stats that you can get on all of your gems, of course. And you're going to want guaranteed get the class gem ability for this character. For the empowered gems, you know, focus on explosive epilogue if you can, but most of all just get the ones that give you more damage overall. And the bulk of your damage is actually going to come from your little bombs right here, so keep that in mind, that you're going to be using all of your bombs and spamming them all the time. So that kind of ends up becoming the game, like how you end up playing the end game with this character is just throwing your bombs down. Of course, your ultimate ability comes into play every now and then too, but your bombs, let me see if I can actually get this to pull off right here. Well, anyways, as the class gem ability, they have a chance to end up spawning a little minion of yourself, and potentially, because you can get so many of them, the Draco can end up doing insane amounts of damage, especially in Ultra Towers. Not as much for grinding, just because of the fact that, you know, you gotta rely on the random generation of those allies. But needless to say, in Ultra Towers, this character ends up becoming very, very powerful. Now, the other stats you're gonna get on your abilities, or on your gear, I mean, is movement speed, because you don't need attack speed, just because you don't use it on this character, right? You're always going to have the same set amount of attack speed. But again, just to kind of reiterate, the reason that I personally don't use this character for grinding out in the world so much is because of the amount of time that it takes to throw down your bomb and get that explosion off. There's a little ally right there. Within that same amount of time, some other characters might actually have already completed a U9 dungeon. But again, it's up to you and your own personal preference. If you love this character, go for it. For the ring, go for magic damage and critical hit, magic find, whatever you want. For the ally, of course, you're going to want to focus on Prefect Penguin or Chronomancer Cubesley. Depends if you want to use your ult a lot, or Chromatic Emblem you can use as one of your emblems. But honestly speaking, I would say go for the Arcane Emblem and Sure Strike. Those are going to be the ideal ones. And then if you have enough crit hit, you can swap Sure Strike out for Chronomatic Cubesley or Chronomatic Emblem, or you know, like one of the Beamer allies or something. And if you're building your character properly, you shouldn't have any health, so you should be using Death Defying. But you can swap that out if you want. If you really, really want to give your character a little more survivability, the Draco is actually fantastic for using the Prowling Shadow or the Samantha ally, because of the lifesteal and the constant DPS that you're causing just with your normal basic attack. But again, I'll kind of leave that up to you to decide whatever you want. But otherwise, you know, that's pretty much it as far as we're concerned. So thanks so much for watching, everybody. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'm sure somebody will answer for sure, if not myself personally. But otherwise, I would very much appreciate if you would like, share, favorite, and subscribe for more daily content. Sign on, stay epic, everybody.